Welcome everybody, it's my man 10,100 and we're back again with another first campaign impressions video, and it's time for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Now, you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? First campaign impressions video in Birth by Sleep? We already did a first impressions video on Birth by Sleep. Why are we doing it again? You know, why are we playing this game again? Well, there's a very good reason for that. I haven't actually finished this game at all. Like I said in the first impressions video, I'm pretty sure, and my first impressions of Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 last year, I have never actually finished any version of Birth by Sleep. By the way, if I sound a little bit weird, it's because I'm a little bit under the weather right now. I've had a cold and a cold and flu and a runny nose for the last couple of days. So if I sound different, that's why. So I'm just letting you know right now. But I'm getting over it, which is good. You know, I think I'm past most of it. I don't think it's completely gone, but it's mostly gone, which is good. So basically, when we did Birth by Sleep back, when we did the video of that a while ago, originally, and then for 1.5 and 2.5 last year, we only played the intro of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. We didn't really go into any of the characters, and that is exactly why I'm doing first campaign impressions videos, because this is actually the only game in the series that I haven't actually finished. On the remixes anyway. It's one of the only ones that I haven't played all the way through. I think 358 Days Over 2 and Recoded, I have both played those. I've played half of Recoded, half of Birth by Sleep. Half of Days, 358 Days Over 2. I've played through half of that game. And Recoded I played a couple of worlds into, I think it was about a third of the way through. I don't have those games anymore, but Birth by Sleep is one that I haven't actually finished at all, or haven't gotten really that far in at all. So it's the last game that I need to play and technically finish from the remixes, other than, of course, you know, Dream Drop Distance. But I actually, as of recording this video, a few months back, I decided to pick up my original copy again and actually beat the final boss, because I never actually did that. One of my friends, or ex-friends I should say, actually finished that game for me, and I'm going to readjust because it actually looks like the footage is just off a little bit, so I'm just going to fix that up. But yeah, he actually finished the game for me because I was finding young Xehanort pretty hard to beat, because that boss fight is terrible, is hard, especially if you don't know what you're doing specifically. So I never actually finished that game up until fairly recently, in the last couple of months. I went back and I actually did beat that boss by myself. So it's so technically, I would say Kingdom Hearts Key, or Union Cross as it's now known, is the only one that I haven't finished, technically speaking. But for the remixes anyway, this is 1.5, 2.5, and 2.8. And I'm just discounting Dream Drop Distance because I technically finished that originally anyway. Birth by Sleep is the only game that I haven't actually played. So we're actually going to dive into the stories of all three characters at one stage before Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of this. This is something that I definitely need to catch up on. Things like that, and I do want to catch up on Tomb Raider. I'm pretty close to finishing the original 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider, I'm assuming, because I think I've played at least, I've gotten 57%, but it seems like the story is almost done. And if it's a little bit like Uncharted in regards to percentage completion, that means all the secret tombs and all the hidden unlockables also add towards percentage. So we're actually going to start with Terra's story, because I technically, when I first played this, I played Aqua, but I think in terms of story, I believe Terra is the first one, or the first character. So we have a new character in the series.
Be examined for the mark of mastery.
And we have Mark Hamill voicing the new character, Master Ericus.
Nor a battle for supremacy. Not a test of wills, but a test of heart. Both of you may prevail, or neither. But I am sure our guest, Master Xehanort, did not travel all this way to see our youngest prospects in years fall short of the mark. I trust you are ready.
I love
Yes.
Mark Hamill. The fact that
Then let
Mark
the
Hamill
examination
is
begin.
actually in this series. I love that we have voice actors like that. And of course, Master Xehanort looks like he's tampering around.
Yes. Don't worry about me. You two focus on the exam.
But then, you're in danger here. Go wait in your room.
No way. I've been looking forward to this. Seeing you two become masters.
And yes, it's Jesse McCartney, and oh, he's voicing Roxas. No, this is
He's
Ventus.
been out there training just as hard as us.
Yeah.
Stay sharp, then.
But yeah, we have Mark Hamill. Unfortunately, we do have Leonard Nimoy, who, of course, as we know, has been passed away for at least 2 years, I would have to say. Who's voicing Master Xehanort, which we'll find out a little bit later. But yeah, we have Terra, one of the 3 protagonists in this game. So we have Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. So we have the command deck style of gameplay, which we do see in the other games in the series, like Days has it, Recoded has it, Dream Dot Distance ends up having it as well. But this was originally a PSP game, for those of you that didn't know, and this is including Final Mix as well. But of course it was brought forward to the remixes, redone in HD, which I don't think it was. I think it's mostly from scratch. I think is everything redone in HD. But yeah, all the characters have different attributes and different skills. Terra is a powerhouse. He's one that deals a lot of damage with physical violence. I was going to say physical violence, but yeah, physical hits are his specialty. He gets right in close and can just tear you up. He's pretty much brute force. Specializes in brute force. Aqua specializes in magic and quick strikes. And Van, I think, is like the Sora of the 3. He's very fast and has a good combo game. But yeah, we have all different command gauges and command styles and stuff. Excuse me. But yeah, that's basically it. Like they have different attributes and they all go through different
That was
stories.
unexpected. But one must keep a still heart even in the most trying of circumstances. It was an excellent test. One I chose to let unfold.
Yeah, I don't think he
Which brings us
ultimately
to your
chose
next trial.
everything. But then again.
Now, Terra and Aqua, the 2 of you will face each other in combat. Remember, there are no winners, only truths. For when equal powers clash, their nature is revealed. Begin.
I think this is all cutscene too, so we can just kind of sit back a little bit. But yeah, this is Terra's theme. I love the music of Birth by Sleep. Like, I will have to say that Birth by Sleep has one of the best soundtracks in the Kingdom Hearts franchise ever. Just with the amount of different songs and styles it has in the game. You have things like Terra's theme, which is really good, Aqua and Ven's theme, but definitely Aqua's just really powerful.
Terra, Aqua, you both performed commendably.
Especially it being performed in 0.2 Birth by Sleep. Like that rendition of Aqua's
You fail to keep
theme
the darkness within you
is
sufficiently
oh,
in check.
well, it's
But there is
beautiful.
always next time. That is all. Aqua, as our newest Keyblade Master, you are
And
entitled to
Master
certain
Xehanort
knowledge.
just walks away.
Please wait here for
some
further
reason.
instruction.
So yeah, we technically failed our exam.
Terra, I'm sorry.
The darkness. Where did it come from?
And with that kind of camera angle, we know exactly where it's coming from, and it was very obvious.
He ain't gonna cut it. Somebody's gotta break that loser in.
Not here, you won't. I have to keep up appearances.
Oh, Leonard Nimoy, you passed
I know
away
that.
too soon, my friend.
He just
Rest
needs a
in
little
peace.
incentive to leave home.
But yeah, it was weird because we are in a situation where both
Sorry.
the Japanese and English voice actor for Master Xehanort passed away at around about the same time. It was weird. Like, it was like, I think it was like maybe a month and a half between both of them passing away, which was really
There's
weird.
darkness within me.
So, I don't know who they're going to get to voice
So what
Master
does that
Xehanort in Kingdom Hearts 3. I
know
don't
strong
have
people hold it back.
any idea.
Yes, you are indeed strong. The darkness has nothing to fear.
Master
And then we have Master Xehanort's theme, which
And
is
yet-
really,
How frustrating that Ericus refutes its power. Why you could
really
train him
sinister,
forever,
but it's
still,
for a very good reason, I
you'll
tell
never
you.
be a master in his eyes.
But why? Help me understand, Master Xehanort. What is it that I failed to learn?
You're fine as you are. Darkness cannot be destroyed. It can only be channeled.
And in that way, he is
Yes.
technically right. And if you've played the series up until Kingdom Hearts 3, you actually know that. You'll actually see that there's one of the main characters in the game, in the series in general, actually does show that trait. And it's actually Riku, believe it or not. Like, Riku was an absolute dick in Kingdom Hearts 1, I will say. He was absolute dick. But over the series, he's grown to actually control the darkness and be one, kind of not one with it, but he's taken the power of darkness from
What happened?
himself,
I don't know. Why
and
isn't Ven here?
you know he's
Very
got
well,
balance,
then. I will send my pupils to investigate.
and he's got balance between light and darkness, which is great.
Yes, I understand.
You know, when he says taking the road to dawn, he means that he's, you know, in between dark and light, like he's just like that
was
grey
my
area.
dear old friend Yen Sid.
Yeah, Yensid. Okay.
As you know, he is master no more.
Well, no, he's technically still a master, but he's not, you know, teaching students.
His counsel serves as signposts on the road we wielders of the Keyblade must walk. All the more reason then for concern, for he tells me the princesses of heart are in danger,
Oh, here we go again.
not only from the forces of darkness, which you may assume, but also from a new threat, one that feeds on negativity. Fledgling emotions that have taken monster form. Yen Sid calls them the Unversed.
So they're technically like the Heartless in this game, because that's all we
As
see,
wielders
really,
of the Keyblade,
in this game.
you are tasked with
I don't
striking
think we
down
see Heartless
any who would
until
upset the balance of
maybe
light
the
and
end of the
darkness.
game, but it's
The
mostly
Unversed are
just
not
unversed.
I tried to pass this news on to Master Xehanort, but my repeated attempts to reach him have failed.
New phone, who dis?
It's all trouble.
Old meme.
Master Xehanort
Old
is
meme
gone.
joke. There we go. It's like, we've seen him go through a portal. Oh, well, Terra wouldn't have seen that because he
Here we
did
are.
walk away.
I need you two to get this situation under control. Eliminate the Unversed. And find Master Xehanort.
The only thing that I will say when it comes to
I
this
have unlocked the
is
lens
that
between
when it comes to the lip flap, that aren't, you know, like this type of CG, like this type of cutscene, like when it's just using lip flap to save budget, it looks really bad in this game. And you can definitely tell, like it looks bad in other games like Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 1, and what have you, but this is very noticeable, and I think maybe it's because it's a PSP. It was a PSP game originally. I think a few games that have been updated and upgraded for PSP from PSP have this same problem.
Chance for you to change my mind.
From what I hear, you know, it's.
You must know, I care for you like my own son.
Now I don't know whether Terra and Ericus are father and son.
I would name you master in a second.
I'm guessing because a lot of the lines, especially like lines like that,
Obsessed with power.
is insinuating that they're father and
Be
son.
afraid of losing.
But I don't know. The games never really say that. Maybe the Ultimanias do, but I haven't read those, so I don't know. And I haven't done too much research. But if you're going by just this game, from what I've seen of the game, which I've seen the whole lot, but it's been a while since I've seen it front to back, back to front, and, you know, from beginning to end. But a lot of the interactions between Terra and Ericus, especially, feel like it is his father-son relationship.
Terra!
What, Ven? And Ven nearly tripped over.
It's okay.
But yeah, a new concept into the Kingdom Hearts series, which I hope Kingdom Hearts 3 does bring forward to all the characters, including Sora in the game. This would be really awesome to see. We have Keyblade armor. And we not only have Keyblade armor, we have Keyblade gliders. So we have the Keyblades that can transform into vehicles, and we have Keyblade armor. Which, if you remember my Kingdom Hearts 2 Let's Play, that armor will seem very familiar. But yeah, the story will get into that more later. You'll understand that a little bit later in the story, especially. So now we have D-Links. This is a little bit like Limit in a way from Kingdom Hearts 2, but they're kind of different in this game. You can use other people's commands, so you have the D-Link meter there, and your link will be broken, of course, when the game runs out, which makes sense. And then D-Linking fully restores your HP. So once you activate it, I think you get a full restore. So it's basically like it's a cure spell. If you're in dire need of it, use it. It's like technically using one of your forms, I believe, in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it works the same way, where it actually does heal you all the way back up again when you use it. So it's especially good when it's when you're in dire need of actually using it. So you can refill the gauge by getting the little 4-star prizes, D-Link prizes it says, but it's technically like orbs and stuff. So they might get you to drop certain medals and emblems, and you can power up the D-Link by collecting the emblems and stuff. So it's basically its own form of XP. And unfortunately, a D-Link with Aqua as well, which makes sense considering how close we're supposed to be. But yeah, a lot of the like I was going to say, a lot of the music in Birth by Sleep is really good. Like, I love this track. I love the world map track. It is beautiful. It is so calm, and I like it for it. So you hold in the X button, you dash everywhere. If you get into a circle, it's a little bit like Kingdom Hearts 2. So we have Enchanted Dominion, which is our first world. If you guys know about the Kingdom Hearts series in general, if you've played things like Union Cross and stuff like that, you'll know what this world is. But it actually debuted in this game. As do a lot of the worlds in this game. I think there's only 2 or 3 maybe that are completely that aren't completely new to this game. I know that Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden is one. I think Disney Castle technically is another one in this game, but it kind of is a little bit different. But if you play more and more of this game, you'll understand why it's different. I don't want to get into too much because it's technically spoilers. And oh, here we go. Unversed.
The ones the Master mentioned. These are the unversed.
I do like a lot of the battle themes in Birth by Sleep as well. Like this one is pretty good. I think this is one of my favorites. And we have a treasure chest over there. But yeah, he's basically Terra is brute force. Like that's his speciality. But yeah, we have all sorts of different unversed here. And we have Critical Impact, which is our first command style that we actually get to play in the game. Oh, I hate these enemies. Because they do that a lot. Bam! And I missed. How the fuck did I miss? I hit the wrong enemy, but anyway, we'll go with that. And miss the attack, and we get the critical impact off, which is great. But yeah, we have all sorts of different command styles. You get them for different elements as well, which is great. So, because I've done that with Aqua when I originally played Birth by Sleep, not too long after Dream Drop Distance, I'll say. I think it's 2012. And the Unversed is escaping, pretty much like the Heartless. They do exactly the same thing. Okay, so we got the treasure chest there. It'll railroad us to go this way, so... And a lot of worlds do that, especially when it comes to the story. And we're going to get this thing, and it's a sticker. So it's not puzzle pieces from Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I think it was on the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix to do it. We have stickers. So we got the crown stickers throughout each world. You can collect them, collect the crowns like you would the puzzle pieces from Kingdom Hearts 2. Then you can arrange them in your sticker album, in your reports to rank up point. Okay, so you get items out of it. Okay, I didn't know that. So if we go down to reports, so we have our sticker collection. So yes, we have balloons. That's cool, I guess. We'll save here. We'll save over that, because that's technically the start of the game. And we'll play with Terra. Yeah, I think it does it every time that we save the game. It does that. I'm not sure if it does it in the PS4 version, because this is technically the PS3 version, because I haven't unlocked the image on it yet. It's the only image out of the 1.5 and 2.5 remixes on PS3 that I don't have. Oh, I love this thing. This is so good. Like there's half of the, I would say at least half of the world themes in this game are really good. This one I think is definitely, close to my favorite. Oh, and it's a recurring character from the Kingdom Hearts franchise, Maleficent.
What's this? They aren't Aren't you asleep, boy? That fool Flora cast a spell to put everyone in this castle into a deep, deep slumber.
I wasn't in the castle.
Why, I am Maleficent, as all who dwell in this kingdom would know. Now you must reciprocate the introduction. Who are you?
I'm Terra. What do you know about those monsters? The ones who attacked me.
Now why would I give a thought to creatures so base, so inconsequential?
Is it? Are they?
Well, they are base. That's for sure. Anyway, I'm looking for someone. Ever heard of a man named Xehanort?
That name is not familiar to me. Is he an outsider like yourself? Oh, but wait. I do remember someone leaving the castle.
Tell me, what was he doing there?
I couldn't say. I can only be certain he was not from this kingdom. If you're curious, go see the castle for yourself. There, the entrance is past the bridge.
Well,
Thanks.
Maleficent's being helpful for
Perhaps
some reason.
he did speak about imprisoning the light. The light could be so many things. Could he have meant Princess Aurora?
Aurora.
So I don't know whether Maleficent is leading us on or is actually helping us in this regard. I don't know. Just because, especially with a guy like me who's seen the series since the beginning, especially when it comes to like Kingdom Hearts 2, and especially like that's my game. Like I remember seeing Kingdom Hearts 1 around when it came out because my dad played it because he's a big fan of Final Fantasy, especially the the PlayStation Final Fantasy games. 7 is always his favorite. Like I know that's very mainstream, but he absolutely loves that game. Like 7 is his favorite. Like he's played 8, he's played 9, who he really enjoyed 9. He's played 10. He played, I don't know if he played 10 too, but I know he at least played 10 and played it a lot, and I think that's his second favorite game in the franchise. And he's also played 12 and 13, I will say, as well. I'm going to turn the stereo down for a sec. But yeah, he's played 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 and 13 and 13 too, I believe, as well. Because he pre-ordered that game. It was one of the first games I think I pre-ordered at my local EB game store, believe it or not. I still actually have the t-shirt for it, so that was great. And just like the shadows of the Kingdom Hearts of the Heartless, these guys are very annoying. Yeah, we're getting items at the wazoo here. Yeah, if we don't combat for a while, the gauge will eventually go down for the command style stuff. Of course, there's stickers all over the place that we can't get because we don't have the abilities to get them, which sucks. But at the same time, that's what replayability, I guess, is for. Oh, I thought I completely missed. That's the only problem with some of the, I was going to say Harlow, some of the enemies in this game, especially Unversed, which is that a lot of them just keep attacking and that's it, and I died already. Keep forgetting that I can block at this stage. And look at that load. Like, this is PS3 version, and that loaded really quickly. I always hear there's problems with loading in the Birth by Sleep Final Mix version on PS3. I don't know why, but it apparently does. Maybe it might be D-Links and stuff, I don't know. There we go, we got blocks. Now I gotta remember how to block, because each one of them is going to be, each different character in this game is going to be a different type of, different length of time with blocking. And there goes 2 enemies. Oh, there's one more. Oops. Come out, you bastard. There we go. But at least we can slide. I couldn't slide in the tutorial section, so I'm gonna get massive use out of it. I think that Aqua's is still the best though. Cartwheels for days. Because it actually just makes the most logical sense. Like, oh, she's dodging attacks. Well, it's not just dashing out of the way. She's actually cartwheeling, you know. So like, you make your form smaller in that regard. Now we're gonna go upstairs, and there should be Unverse in here. And here we go. I'm like, this is a big open area. There's probably going to be Unverse in here. Look, that's the only thing about the block, is that it's at the front. I think Ventus's might be the best one in terms of just normal blocking, not just sliding or dodging out of the way. If you're going for a straight block, I think Ventus's might actually be the best. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing just due to the fact how Ventus actually holds his Keyblade, because he actually holds it backhanded, which I think is probably the coolest thing, because I think he is the only character I think in the franchise that actually holds the Keyblade in a different way, because Sora holds it like Terra does, Aqua is the same, Riku is the same technically speaking, because he holds it up above. So he kind of holds it backwards too, but not 100%. So I think Roxas. I think that Riku may be the other one that's technically different, but you never know. And we unseal the door, which I don't know whether we were supposed to do that or not, but okay. I think there's a save point in here. I'm not 100%. And there's Aurora fast asleep, so we technically missed the movie.
This feels so familiar.
I don't know
The heart
why.
is filled with light, not the slightest touch of darkness. Just the kind of heart I need.
For what?
Imagine with me the most glorious of futures. 7 of the purest hearts, each overflowing with light. When brought together, they grant the power to rule all worlds.
What do you mean?
Why, that key you hold. The Keyblade, is it called?
Where did you learn that name?
That trinket is the only way to obtain the hearts.
No more games. Where is Master Xehanort?
Impudence will get you nowhere, child. If you wish to learn more, you must retrieve the heart of Aurora.
And why would I ever want to do that?
It's not a matter of why, but of will. In your heart, there is darkness just waiting to be awakened.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Perhaps not yet. But I have power over sleep. And I can awaken what's inside you.
Oh, great.
You will be
So we
free to
didn't
be
think she
who
was an enemy
truly
before, now she is. Not a damn surprise there, considering every Kingdom Hearts fan in the past has seen.
Darkness is our foe. Would that we could be rid of it. You must destroy it. Push the darkness down. Give it no quarter in your heart.
So it's like it's black. It's a black void there, but you see the room, especially in that last scene. And yep, Terra succumbed to the darkness, it looks like. And there goes one.
Here it is, just what I've waited for. To think that all he spoke of was and will be true.
What? How did you... What did I do? What did you do?
You speak as if I pulled some invisible strings.
You technically did.
You couldn't be further from the truth, child. I simply whispered to the darkness you already held inside.
I love the pronunciation of darkness. It's so sinister. I just love the delivery of that word. Sometimes it feels weird. It sounds weird just because it stands out.
You want to know where Xehanort went? Well, that I cannot answer. He disappeared into the darkness. But now I know the Keyblade is necessary to gather hearts. Join me. Collect 6 more hearts of pure light. Then we will rule all the worlds together!
You seem to be mixed up. I'm a peacekeeper, not a tyrant.
For a peacekeeper, you're off to an exceptionally poor start.
Hey, fuck you! You did this!
The darkness in your heart cannot be held back by force or strength. Now, my work here is done, as is yours. Wasn't there someone you needed to chase?
Wait!
Maleficent's laugh is still so spine-chilling, just because... Oh, we have dealing with Maleficent. Oh, fuck. We fucked up. Big time. But now we have a shop in here as well. We also have all sorts of abilities and... yeah, all sorts of stuff in here. Big chest, which has got a map in, and I'm pretty sure, and we have all different different animations for opening up chests, but I'm going to save it there. So what do I think of Terra's story so far? I have seen the beginning, and I do remember it a little bit. Terra actually does feel good. It's definitely different, I will say, to like Sora, to Riku, to Aqua, and to Ventus. They all feel different, and Terra, I will say, feels weird just because we haven't really had a character in the Kingdom Hearts franchise that's been, excuse me, more focused on just brute force and just laying on the combos with pure power. Like we've had like Ventus's type of character with Sora and Riku, and Ventus himself, and you know, Aqua is definitely different. I'm gonna skip that cutscene because copyrighted music, yeah. But yeah, no, Terra feels good. I'll have to get used to how he controls, but we'll see how the story unfolds, because I know of his fate later in the game, and goddamn, like some of these stories are really, really, really something. I'm not gonna spoil it. But yeah, so next, so I was gonna say, thank you for watching my first campaign impressions video of Birth by Sleep Final Mix, Terra's side. Next time we'll be going into either Ventus or Aqua. So yeah, we'll see how we go. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching this first campaign impressions video of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. This has been Mario Man 10,100. You guys have a great day or night, and of course, take care.